Hi everyone, I'm Gio. Today's Tuesday, September 17th. This is a 74th video for my YouTube channel, Living in Recovery with Gio. Please hit the subscribe button if you're new. Hit the notification bell so you guys can get notifications on my videos when I post new videos. And also like, comment, share, any of those things you guys can do to show me support. The more interaction I get on the YouTube platform, the better it is for me, that I'm trying to grow this channel and trying to have it reach more people. Things of that sort. So life is getting really interesting. Today I believe I'm 532 days clean, April 7th, 2023. You can fact check that if you want the amount of days that is. I might be incorrect on the exact number. I didn't look it up prior to this. I hear a lot about fact checking, with listening to all the presidential stuff that's going on and stuff. But and it's exciting. I'm enjoying, watching the presidential debates and, everything to do with that. And I'm very involved now with everything to go with the election and everything. And I'm looking forward to voting. I've never voted before. 45 years old, and I've never, ever voted before. And this will be the first time that I do, that I care enough to do that. And I feel like that it is my responsibility to be a part of this now. I really feel that way. And that's pretty awesome that, I'm sorry it took me so long to get here, but I do love that that's a person that I am now, and that I'm being kind of an adult. I'm adulting, I guess I would call it. But I do feel a responsibility to do it. So I actually like that a lot. But things have been really interesting for me this week. Yesterday, I went to the DMV yesterday morning. My girlfriend had to go to the DMV and pay off a fine not a fine, but it's she had to pay a payment on something, to not lose her license. It's just, I can't think of the word that I'm looking for, but she had to pay, a driver assessment fee, something of that sort. So we went there yesterday morning so she could pay that, and she actually ended up paying it off, like $500 she had to pay on it, but she got it paid off once and for all, so she doesn't have to pay on it anymore, so she's not in danger of losing her license, which she just worked really hard to get back. So, and I made that a goal of mine probably like 2 months ago, that I was going to try my hardest to get my license back. Now, this is something that I haven't had since, I would say, maybe 2007, since I've had a legal license. I believe it got suspended, and I just stopped going to courts. I stopped, I kept on racking up, charges, all these charges, as far as, my last one was a felony charge, driving suspended license felony charge that I got. But I said, I'm going to tackle it. I'm going to try to tackle it. So I went and got my driver assessment report, about 2 months ago. And I started chipping away at it, paying this fine, addressing this one, sending money to this court. So yesterday morning when she went there, I brought in my assessment, and I just said, can you tell me which of these, because I believe I've taken care of a bunch of them, but what do I have left to do? And the girl highlighted 4 things on there. So one of them was a ticket from Herkimer, which I went right over yesterday and I paid. It was like $58 I had to pay. The lady actually didn't give me my $2 change back, but that's okay. I let that go. It's all right. She's busy and she's doing a lot, but I wasn't worried about $2. At that point, I was just glad to have it paid. And then I ended up calling Little Falls at like 4 o'clock. I sent them money. I just sent a money order, and I asked them to send me what I owed, but I never heard back from them. So I called the court yesterday at 4 o'clock, and I realized that I was calling the wrong court, because there's a Little Falls town court. So, and that's what my charges on my driver assessment report were from. So I called there. They were from 2014. It was 3 charges that I had. And I called the court, and she said, well, we have court today at 5. Can you come at 5? The DA is going to be here. And I guess they only have court like once a month. So just the fact that I'm calling a little bit after 4, and so I'm like, yeah, I'll be there. So I went there, and they ended up dropping the 3 charges I had: driver's suspended license, driving too fast, and driving with an impeded view or whatever, because I had something dangling from my mirror. And they dropped it all down to me throwing a cigarette out my window. I guess that was the charge that I got. And but the charge is $500. I don't know. I had to pay $537, $520, something like that. And but I just paid it right there. Boom, done. So now I took care of everything on my driver assessment report. So now tomorrow morning, one of them was a scofflaw that they had to lift, and she said it could take 24 to 48 hours. So I'm probably going to stop over tomorrow morning to the DMV and see, and maybe, who knows, I might walk out with a permit tomorrow. But So it's just exciting that I put my mind to something. I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do, and I accomplished it, and now I'm on my way to get my license back. So it feels really, really good to just do something like that and to be headed in the right direction. With everything that I'm trying to do now, I try to think, like, what can I do to better my life? What can I do to get my life going where I want it to go? And what can I do just to improve my life? So that was where the license idea came about. I have a nice apartment now. I have everything I possibly need in my apartment. And, again, I'm only 530 days clean, and I accomplished all this. So it feels really, really good. And then the other things that I've had happen this week was I became an usher at my church, this New Life Church on Protection Avenue, Herkimer, which it's amazing, that I'm such a participating member in the church now. That's what I wanted really, really a lot. When I was in jail last year, April till June last year, I was in jail, and when I was there, I read the book Purpose Driven Life by Rick Warren, and it was a 40-day transformation for your life. And in that book, a couple of the chapters focused on having a fellowship, how important that was. You need to go to church, you need to be part of a church, you need to be around other believers, and that you need to grow, because you help each other grow. And and just doing that, how important that is, that you can't be, that you can't be a person of God, that you can't be someone that is, a devout Christian that's doing everything right if you're not part of a church and doing all that. So I really wanted to do that, and the fact that I started in December and now I'm becoming an usher, I'm doing the camera at the church, and I was asked last week, can you come help me out loading up the tables, because they had a service there last weekend. So I went and helped them load up all the tables and chairs and stuff after that. So and I love that so much, that I'm so counted on there, and that I'm reliable. They believe that I'm a reliable person, because when I get asked to do something, if I say I'm going to do it, I definitely do it. And just going in there, and just the love and the just respect, that I get, that me, an addict, me who's been in and out of jail, the things that I've done, stealing from stores, the embarrassment that I kind of brought upon myself, with the way that I was living my life, that I was able to completely change all of that, change the whole entire narrative of my life, to where now I can be counted on. I can be asked regularly, hey, can you come help me with this? And I do it, and people like to have me around them, people like having me part of things, and the other really awesome, amazing thing that happened this week at service was after service, a lady who was there at the service, I hadn't seen her there before. She came up to me and she said that she used to be a member of the church. She hadn't went in a while. Well, when she was at that service over the weekend that I spoke about, she met the pastor and stuff at our church, and she had some issues with her life. She went into her life and everything and told me a little bit about her life and things to do with her children and whatnot. And she told me that the pastor said that she should come talk to me, like that someone that has like questions and issues and dealing with life and like children with addiction and stuff, that he thought that it would be a good idea to have her come talk to me. Like, that is how much that I am thought of. You know what I mean? That me, like I said, me that was an addict, me that, went through homelessness, that was like falling out, walking down the street, you'd see me passed out on the street and walk right by me, like that was the person I was for so long, where I couldn't walk in a store where they didn't know I was going to steal something, but yeah, I would still go in that store knowing that they know I'm going to steal something, but I would go in there because I had to steal something, because I had to get my drugs that I had to get from stealing whatever I was going to steal, and it was worth the risk. Even though they know I'm going to do it, I'm going to still go do it anyway with them watching me do it, because I need that, what I'm trying to get that bad. Like, that's such a crazy way to live, and that's how I lived for quite a long time, and it's embarrassing, it's embarrassing that that's how it was, but at the same time, it's part of my story, and while this lady's talking to me about her son and everything, and I actually knew who he was, and like, I actually can offer him something, you know what I mean? I really do have something to offer everyone because of what I've been through. I have seen the worst. I've been at the worst. I don't know too many people that could be as bad as I got, with my addiction, with all the crime stuff that I was part of, with just how hopeless my life was, you know, from being homeless, from not having any hope for my life, for giving up on everything in my life, overdosing, going to the hospital, walking right out the hospital door when I wake up, going out, overdosing, get brought back to the hospital again. Like, these were things that I did, and like, everyone that looked at me just thought I was a lost cause for so long, you know, for so long. But then I changed it around, you know, as far as like my interaction as being an addict. You know, I kind of like stepped my game up, and I started surviving and doing really, really well, to where like people were coming to me to get stuff, and people were like counting on me for a lot of things. And I took care of a lot of people, like people that aren't addicts and that don't understand like that exactly how that life works, you know what I mean? But like, if someone does well, then basically you get a group of people, you know, kind of like your entourage, that you just kind of take care of, and they do things for you, and you know what I mean? And I just would have like people clean my house, so I would give them this, and I just had so many people that relied on me to supply them, and so many things that I did for so many people, that everyone in that life has seen me, you know what I mean, knows what I've been through, knows, you know, the person that I was. But yet I still kind of garnered respect in that area, you know, with the way that I treated everyone, with the way that I took care of people the best that I could. Anyone that ever got out of jail that I would see after they got out of jail, I would give them a whole outfit: shoes, sneakers, pants, shirt, you know, jacket, hat, glasses, watch, every single thing. I would give them all of that. Knife to carry to protect themselves. Like, I really did try to look out for people always. Whenever someone needed something, anyone come to my house, if they needed something, I was there. I would do it. If I just, so many things that I did in that life, you know, that really endeared people to me, you know, to the point now where I could reach out to this person, I believe, and he's going to actually listen to me, and I have some credibility now, you know, in that life and in that world. So I feel like I really, really do have something like truly, truly to offer people that are still suffering with addiction, people, just to show them that there truly is something better, you know, that I am living proof that you can get out of addiction, and that you can have a life that you can be happy about. I didn't think that was possible for so long, because I thought that what I did to my brain, and I thought what I did to myself by having all these such high points of life, you know, when you use drugs, you know, you get your whole mind elevated, your body elevated, you know, you get these feelings of ecstasy, these feelings of, you know, power, true power, and true just, I don't know, like I would get feelings of enlightenment. I would have all these things. So now anytime that I'm not on something, I'm just down, I'm low, you know, I don't know how to live without something. And that's what my life was for so long, because and I always thought that now that I experienced this on this level, how could I ever go do it again and not do it like that? Like, it'll never be enjoyable, because I already experienced it on this level. Like, that's what drugs do to you, you know. They can be fun, they can be enjoyable, but they make regular life not enjoyable. You know, they make normal everyday life not enjoyable, and you can't sustain living on drugs all the time. So by doing that, now you take away everything, you know. So for this, say, hour of enlightenment, hour of higher self that I have, now I just took away a year of my life that I can't enjoy, because for this 1 hour of time, right? That's what drugs kind of do to you. You know, I'm not gonna say they weren't fun. I'm not gonna say I didn't enjoy them, because I did at times, but it's everything that comes along with it. It's everything that it takes away from your life, you know, as far as now what you have to do to get the drugs. You know, like I said, I would walk into stores, like, let's say like this, I had a person that would buy Carhartt jackets, right? For 50% off. He'd give me 50% on the dollar for jackets. So I would literally walk in a store, grab 8-9 jackets, and just run out the door with these jackets. Like, and that's what I would do. I would even say, like, the person knows me, like, they've seen me in the store, they know I'm gonna do this, but yeah, I do it anyway, knowing that they're waiting for me to do this, with a chance there's gonna be a cop outside the door waiting for me. I do it because I can get this little bit of money, get what I need to get, and just to not have to feel this everyday life that I'm part of when I'm not high, you know. And that's what being high does. And it's not fun. It's not, I mean, it is fun at those moments, but you can't sustain those moments. You can't be high every minute of every day. If you are, you're gonna die for sure, because you're ruining your body, you're ruining everything about yourself. You lose yourself, and it's not a respectable way to live. I mean, anyone who's on drugs, if you're looked at by someone who's not on drugs, they're not going to look at you in a respectable way. So, I mean, I might have been respectable in the addiction world, like people that were also addicts. Like, yeah, they looked up to me because I had a lot of stuff. I had a lot, and I did. So yeah, they would look up to me. But anyone who wasn't like that, they're not going to look up to me. They're not going to think, oh yeah, he's living a great life. Like just because I had money, whatever, and I had this, but. So I don't know how to really explain it, but I've experienced all that, and I went from those lows to those highs, and I went through the whole spectrum of everything that you could experience, whether it was overdosing, whether it was being homeless, to like having a lot, like I went through all that spectrum of that all. So I have something to offer in that category to everybody, to the whole range of addicts that are out there. I understand, and I've experienced all that. I've went through probably every single drug. Like I don't know someone that's probably used more substances than I have. Like, that's sad to say. I'm not proud of that, but I feel like that is what I have to offer now, and I feel like that is truly why I've experienced everything that I've experienced, was so I do have this voice now that I can speak. So I do have this ability now that I can help people, this ability now that I can understand what someone's going through, and I can relate to it. Like, that's why I experienced everything that I have. That's why God has protected me as long as he has to bring me to this point, where I really can speak on all this now, and where he brought me into his kingdom, where I go to church, where I really am such a person, where everyone who knows me now knows me as this person of God. Like, people see me, and they at work, they kind of poke fun. They don't make fun of me, but they respect me for it. They really do. And everyone just truly sees this, like, that this is the person that I am now. And if you'd known me, a year ago, a year and a half, like, you would not ever think this was a possibility for me. So it is amazing that I'm here, and it feels amazing, and I do have something to offer. And I feel like that is truly why I've experienced everything the way that I have, why everything in my life has truly went exactly the way that it has to bring me right now to this point in time where I'm making this video. So I have enough to offer in all the different realms, of possibility. And now that I'm growing my relationship with God and my relationship with Christ, and to understand all of that, and growing my relationship with the church, now I can add to all of that. Now that's something that I can add to everything that I'm doing with the addiction, everything I'm doing by making these videos, 74 videos now. Like, that's a lot of my time that I'm putting into making these videos, right? That's a lot of my time that I'm taking out, like today, it's my day off. Yesterday I worked, today, I actually worked today for a while, but now I have this little bit of time tonight. So I come down here and I make a video just so I can share, and so I can try to encourage others, and so I can try to help other people to see that this is a better way to live, and that they too can do this, and that there is opportunity, and that there is it is possible. I want to be the one that can show you that this is all possible. That's what I want my just being to be about. Just the fact that I can say that this is possible, that I was able to accomplish this, so therefore you can too. Because by me going through everything that I did, and to come out of that and to be able to become this person, that means that you can do it too. And that's what I want it to be, and that's what life's about for me now. So it is exciting. I have so much more to share on all this. But again, please hit the subscribe button. Please like, comment, share. It's starting to get a little buggy out here, so I'm going to jet. But I do love you all. I appreciate anyone who watches this. I appreciate anyone that's watched it all the way through to this point. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, all those good things. Remember that as nice as it is to be important, it is infinitely more important to be nice. I love you. God bless you.